It's evangelism aimed at an audience that preachers may not be reaching.
We have to win this young hip-hop generation for Jesus Christ, and what we use is hip-hop music.
Our music needs to change.
Somebody doesn't want to be a player. Somebody don't want to be a thug. Somebody wants to live right. Say yeah!
Help us reach a lost generation before it's too late.
I believe that one of the most important things to the Lord is how we treat people. Jesus said, "One new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another as I have loved you. By this shall all men know that you are my disciples." So if we intend to evangelize the world, Jesus said the only way that they're going to know about Him is if we show love to one another. Jesus includes everybody in His circle of love, and He excludes nobody. Matter of fact, if He sees anyone being excluded, He goes out of His way to include them. Because when we exclude people, which is kind of a silent form of rejection, they feel it. And if there's anything that people need, they need acceptance. They don't need rejection. They need acceptance. No matter what kind of a person they are, no matter what they've done or where they've come from, the only thing that's going to bring healing into people's lives, the only thing that's ever going to make them act any better is love. Now, if we have an excessively exalted opinion of ourselves, we will always mistreat other people. Because if I think too highly of myself, then I will always have to think too lowly of someone else in order to keep my exalted status. See, the only way that we can be higher than someone else is to make them lower than we are. Luke 18 verse 9 says, He also told this parable to some people who trusted in themselves and were confident that they were righteous. They felt that they were upright and in right standing with God, and they scorned and made nothing of all of the rest of men. They saw themselves as better than. And anytime we see ourselves as better than, we always mistreat people. Because see, I am really concerned about the church's reputation. We don't have the respect that we should have. I'm very concerned about the number of people in the world that are dying and going to hell, the number of people that are hurting. While the average church is 80 to 150 people, and yet there are thousands of churches in every city. And the average youth group in those churches is 12 people. How could that be possible if we were doing our job right? How could there possibly be that many wounded, hurting, miserable, lost, lonely people? Well, why aren't people going to the churches when they need help? Because there's not enough power in them. There's not enough love in them. We exclude people. We still have a problem with the Pharisee spirit that Jesus talked about in His day. We still have our standards for how people have to be to come into our church and fellowship with us and be included in our circle. And we don't like to think this, but I have found out a lot of things about myself that I needed to find out. And He showed me that basically the kind of people that I wanted to be around were people just like me. You get around somebody different, somebody's got a different idea than yours, somebody's got a different opinion than yours, a different thought than yours. Now all of a sudden we got to start walking in this love stuff. Because you know, love is patient, love is kind, love is humble, love is not easily offended. In most instances, the church as we know it today is totally unprepared, unequipped, and unable to meet the needs of the current generation. The young people coming up today, they can't stand phoniness. If you're not going to give them something real and something straight up, then their attitude is shut up. They don't like all the religious artifacts and the this and the that and all the stuff we sit around to make ourselves look religious. They want to be treated right. They want to be included. They don't want to be judged and criticized just because they're a little bit different. I don't want to revive anything old. I tell you, I am just desperate. Absolutely, totally, completely desperate to see the body of Christ act like Christians. I mean, I just actually feel like I can't hardly stand it anymore. If I could just live long enough to see people walk in love. Really walk in love. Love.
This is Cheryl. I'm in Denver, and God has just blessed you. Thank you so much.
This is Justin. Oh my goodness, you blessed me with that broadcast. You don't know how you blessed me. And this is something you can battle the world with, man. I showed it to one of the pastors. They love it.
My name is Bruce. I just want to say thank you, sir. I really love these sermon songs. I have Volume 1 until Pastor Jones and Creflo and all them. Basically, man, I just want to tell you that this has been a blessing in my life.
I know sermon songs and life radio and all that stuff is bumping, and you getting your pub. But man, it was a wash away if you come out here to the West Coast. For real.